Welcome back. I get the thumbs up from Shelly. I'm doing good. All right, here we go. Los Angeles Collision versus Nasty. You were joining us for 2025 World Cup playoff action. These are semi-pro, some of the best teams in the world.
Welcome back, yeah. The sun is in our eyes, everyone, but you're going to have some great camera angles here brought to you from the webcast. Los Angeles Collision on your screens. Great breakout, nice and aggressive, straight into Snake 1 alive. As Nasty lose a play off the break, lose two off the break. It's 5-3 in Collision's favor. As Nasty hits Snake 1.
Collision already crossed the 50-yard line here on the Snake side. I think we might see a bunkering attempt here by Nasty.
There's another player taking a walk. So there's only 2 players left remaining for Nasty. Snake 2 in the home. All the advantages with Collision. And that's forced the coach to concede with just under 30 seconds.
Very fast towel. Again, from a
fast.
strategic situation, you do want to towel out to save clock, but there's currently so much clock on board.
Yeah, here we go. So Jungle Cats and Preferred Mob.
Jungle Cats, formerly known as BR Factory, they are the leaders overall for the year. They're in excellent position to move up to pro. By the way, if you're not aware how this works, semi-pro division, the winner of semi-pro automatically gets a pro spot, a coveted pro spot where they'll play next year. The lowest rank pro team will get relegated and move down, well, at least they'll be moved out of pro.
Ouch. This match is brought to you by pbminimaps.com. What a toy. I want it. Master the layout and use the code NXL Premier to save $10. Supporting the webcast for you here. It's free on MajorLeaguePaintball.com. We're down to the last 8 semi-pro teams here, the Sunday Club at World Cup 2025. We've already had a bracket prior to this, if you just tuned in, with Shock and Distortion through. Now it's Jungle Cats and Preferred Mob.
Jungle Cats are going to lose their Snake player on the run out. I saw a hit on his back, so does the ref. And they're going to lose their Dorito side. Great start for P-Mob. P-Mob with a 5-on-3 advantage instantly into the game.
Forgive me, it was Shock and Wrecking Crew. Forgive me, Wrecking Crew through with Shock. Preferred Mob on the Aztec as they push through on Snake's side just to have that support play. They're also in the Aztec Dorito and then now hit the 50. So P-Mob sitting in the 50.
P-Mob just needs to avoid any dumb mistakes, any loose, sloppy deaths. They're in a good situation. Jungle Cats are pinned down into a pocket play on the back line.
He's just posted in the 50, just waiting for the can to move into the Snake corner.
Smart.
You're going to see this a lot more today because teams are starting to fall into a habit. So when they play that can on the back line, after a certain time, especially if they've got a teammate in the Snake, they will fill the Snake corner to support them. So this is a great move. Oh my gosh.
Collisions.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, BR Factory's seen enough. P-Mob's going to take that one.
There's still players alive, though. Very bizarre decision, but hey, I'm not the coach. So Jungle Cats give that one away.
All right, congratulations, P-Mob. Thank you to Blast Camp, one of our sponsors this weekend, and Immortal Air. Immortal Air, if you saw yesterday, has some new regulators here. Check them out.
Loving that new logo.
Immortal Air, you can pick up either their Monstar or Monster or Telos reg. Telos a little bit more affordable reg.
So Blast Camp, who's supporting this match, they have some semi-pro history right here, don't they, at the NXL?
Yeah, Blast Camp is like a factory for high-level teams and players.
So Nasty on your screens in the light-colored jerseys.
All right, Nasty down by 1 point. 14.5 on the clock.
Looks like they're going to push the Snake. They held back in Aztec.
They're going to go up the middle. For Nasty, they're going to go up the middle. However, they do lose their Snake runner.
Both teams lose a player off the break. Nasty lose their Snake runner, and Collision lose their Dorito runner. It's all happening in the center as Snake 4 comes up, and it looks like
Collision.
Nasty. No ref is checking, though.
Yeah, Collision player came up a little bit too quickly in their Snake and paid for it.
But there's a head ref looking straight at this 50 player, so Nasty get the upper hand in the 50, take out the Snake player.
4 alive for Nasty. No significant progress up the Dorito side for Nasty. They may not need it. They're doing great work over here on the Snake.
Collision hit Dorito corner to spread the field. And that's followed up by the home, shifting over to the juice box. Ah, great shooting from the Dorito corner as he takes out the Nasty player pushing D side.
That is a testament to how great these players are at their accuracy. That was a relatively short bump, and he still couldn't make it, only about 10, 15 feet.
Collision also been taken on the D side. So I believe there's only 2 players left remaining for Collision. They're in the can and the juice box on the back line.
Nasty now crossing the 50 themselves over here on the Snake side. Attempted fill to the corner, and oh wow, that is incredible. So that Collision player was filling sideways and managed to get the kill on the Nasty player in the brick.
Great running and gunning, but he did take one to the goggles, so it was a trade.
But that in no world should he have been able to kill a gunner waiting for him 50 yards upfield while he's running sideways. That was an amazing shot.
Yeah,
just give him credit.
Just 1 player left remaining for Collision. He's pushing the D side. I don't know what the G count is on Nasty side.
I think we may be looking at a one-on-one already.
Yeah. So we must have lost something on the D. So it's a one-on-one situation. Nasty's pushing inside field.
That's
he's going to get.
risky.
Oh, he's open. Oh,
it's
they
a
both.
trade.
It's a trade. They both got shot. So another running and gunning move. It's all going down here, and that's a no point.
For the Nasty home player, in a one-on-one situation, that was a very risky run. In a way, I feel he was almost lucky getting a trade there. He was at a major disadvantage, being just in a naked open run, but pulls off the trade. And then he does the customary paintball hand motion, which is, give me a flag, give me a flag, give me a flag. Refs are not going to give them to him. It's just a trade, so a no point.
Okay, so preferred mob in the green, Jungle Cats in the red. They're swapping sides now. Preferred mob in the lead with 1 point. Remember that last point they played with just over a minute, which forced
PMob is out of Weymouth, Massachusetts. They are sponsored by Preferred Auto, another long-term team, certainly from our region up there.
One of our webcast sponsors here, How to Play Paintball. Watch, learn, win. Just find them on YouTube. Thank you for the support. So, Jungle Cats on your screen. And they're going to be looking to run to the Snake. Yeah. No, both teams conservative, not hitting the Snake off the break.
However, PMob is aggressive. They get into D2. Actually, both teams take 2 off the break. PMob's going to lose one of their home players. Matt Kilbashian now trying to fill out. Oh, he stumbles, but he gets away with it.
He looks like he hurt himself. He has hurt himself.
Oh, no. Matt Kilbashian had an awful knee injury last year. He's just coming back from this year. Hopefully he's not re-injured.
And number 44 on your screen just took a nasty bonk to his knee. Still playing. As Jungle Cats fill Dorito 1 and remain conservative Snake side.
Yeah, D side is the side that both teams chose to do a little bit more of a gamble on the run out. They took them clean.
Jungle Cats launch and now into Snake. Inside beam and decided to reverse into Snake 2. Understanding the threat as PMob match them in the Snake, and they lose a player on D side, so there's 3 players left remaining for PMob.
Sammy Lana here into Snake for PMob. Excellent Snake player.
I don't think that was a PMob player, that's a Justice player, so the Justice players come all the way around.
Jungle Cats.
Sorry, yes, the Jungle Cats. AKA BR Factory are currently top of this league here at semi-pro for the NXL.
Jungle Cats do take the S3. That's going to put pressure on this can on the back line for PMob. His pack is at risk. Sammy Lana going to shoot cross. I don't think he has a clear line of sight with that S3. Now PMob fills out to this corner, still at risk from the Dorito side. Oh, Sammy Lana, great shot, kills his Snake opponent.
So the Snake have the dominance now. There's no Snake threat for Jungle Cats. Just the Snake corner here, number 5.
I believe
As
we are
Jungle Cats push D-side, they're all the way into their D1.
we're going to lose Matt Kilbashian and their snake corner. PMOB, awful series of events there.
Great move. There's only one player left remaining for PMOB, who's in snake 2.
Sammy Lana's going to have to come up with a miracle here. No, there's no miracle to be had. No miracle on 34th Street. Sammy Lana's going to take a walk. That's it.
Not long until Christmas, Matt.
No, it's on the brain. All right, Jungle Cat's going to tie it up 1-1. Lots of time on the clock, so you can kind of treat this as a fresh match. All right, Nasty and Collision coming back out. Nasty will be on your left. They're down by 1 point. Again, 12 minutes on the clock. That's a ton of time.
They have played 2 points. The last point was a no point.
You know, I say that's a ton of time, but honestly, the games, I think we're seeing an average like 5-minute games this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe not 5. Maybe that's too much. Maybe
it's back and forth, isn't it, Matt? I mean, yesterday we had really slow games for the semi-pro. This morning it's quickened up.
Well, we've seen some 30-second games then be followed by like 8-minute games. They, you know, the same 2 teams. So it's a bit schizophrenic. They veer back and forth between ultra quick and ultra slow points.
I think it's all down to the breakout. If you have a successful breakout and your body's down early on, if the players on the field read that, they can attack quick. If the coach reads that, they think differently. So we've got split screen. Nasty on your left, Collision on your right.
5
Collision
alive.
are in snake 2. Yeah, great breakout for both teams.
So Nasty took no giant risk. They got into both mini temples, now into the snake. Snake 1.
And now into snake 2, just mirroring the snake. Ah, Nasty lose their D-side threat. So they have 4 players. It's 5-on-4 in Collision's favor. The ref comes round to the back line just to check for Nasty. All good.
Nasty player in the snake doing hopper surgery. Once again, we're seeing this again and again and again. These top-level teams demand very fragile paint from their manufactured sponsors. But unfortunately, this weekend, a lot of them seem to be paying the price for that decision. They're breaking a lot of paint in their guns and a lot of paint in their loaders. So, unfortunately, Nasty's snake player is offline right now.
Nasty have the 50 posted up on the snake. Collision is not aware of that 50 threat. Oh, they are now, as they come across into the same system, in the bunker system in the center on the snake side. Oh, we lose a player on the D side for Collision as they fill snake 2, so they lose that D side threat. They still have D1. So it's a 4-on-4.
Nasty to S2, Brick on the snake side, Wedge on the Dorito side, and the Dorito corner. They've gone maybe a little bit conservative now. There's still plenty of time on the clock. Geraldo holding strong here in the snake. He has an opportunity to move forward, but that might take away the shot he's using right now onto that Dorito side. Oh, now we have a crawler up to the Brick from Collision. We're in a poison situation.
He knows where he is. He might come around the back. Oh,
Was he getting shot at by his own team?
No, he's telling his teammate where he is.
Oh, he drops back. Geraldo picks him up, shoots him in the shoulder. That Collision player is gonna take a walk.
That was a strange move to step back. I don't think he's been in that position before.
No.
To reveal his profile like that to the snake.
Yeah, he stepped wide in the open and Geraldo just blew him up. Oh, now we have hopper surgery for the Nasty player in the wing in this mini wedge.
Very brittle paint this morning.
By the way, when I say hopper surgery, that doesn't mean the hopper's broken. It usually means there's a ton of broken paint in the hopper.
And I call it a field strip.
Yeah, he's struggling right now.
To me, that just sounds like he's got a bit of shell or something stuck in the cog of the loader. It's just stuttering. So this is Collision, snake corner. And here you see Nasty snake 2. And the player we're just talking about had to just do a field strip now. He's down on his belly, going into the inside of the snake. Sneaky move. We've seen this a lot. His main threat's D1.
His hopper may still be down, in which case he may be deciding to go ultra aggressive because he's got to get close up. He's not going to win a long-range gunfight, so he figures he might as well close the gap. Try to rely on the 1 or 2 balls that are going to come out successfully. Nasty now crossing the 50 on the Dorito side.
He's retreating. Tactical retreat back into the position he was in. I like that though. He did it all on his belly. Keep low because the D1 threat, and also the snake too here. D1 is now moving all the way into D3. Good launch. Gets taken going in.
Is it a trade? No, he does not take out the Nasty player. So that was a wasted body. It was a decent risk. I don't mind that gamble.
Here comes the hammer on collision. They get the snake player.
That's going to be it. Nasty's going to tie this one up. 1-1. Again, I don't really mind that roll of the dice by the collision player over on the Dorito side. You're running out of bodies over here.
They're giving each other lots of trash talk. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
The D player for Nasty just came running over the snake player, giving him some trash talk. As Nasty hit the buzzer.
I am a huge fan of friendly trash talk when both sides know that, you know, there's some camaraderie.
Yeah.
Actual malicious trash talk, my only worry is does it end up getting uglier? And
I don't think that was malicious. It's just all part of the game.
It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Well, we have seen things come to blows earlier this year at the semi-pro. So kind of monitoring the heat in the room. Thanks to Ray's, again, Ray's Paintball up in Michigan. I believe they're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where my grandparents were born. My father was born. Ray's Paintball, thank you so much.
Here we go. Jungle Cats 1, Preferred Mob 1. Just over 11 minutes left at clock for gameplay. This match brought to you by Blast Camp. Jungle Cats on your screen. Just clearing the pods away. And the reason why you do that is you don't want to trip on them on the way in.
Yeah, are we not seeing pod runners?
Just missed that one. That pod runner just missed that one. Here we go.
All right,
conservative breakout for both teams.
Jungle Cat slightly more aggressive, taking the D1 on the breakout. We're going to lose our first player for P-Mob on the back line.
Yeah, they doubled up the home, so they're going to see that really get very small unless they push out. They've lost their D-side threat. Yet, as I said it, they've just lost the other home player. So that's down to 3 players. And the next home player. So there's 2 players left remaining for P-Mob. They're in D2 and Snake Corner. All 5 alive for Jungle Cats, and that's made P-Mob's coach concede the point.
Yeah, he's seen enough. He's going to towel out of that one, save the clock. That was a disastrous opening series of events for P-Mob. Lost 3 bodies within the first, I'd say about 10, 15 seconds of that match.
Really quick point there, which is not great for the pits, for the collision and Nasty.
So as we mentioned, a conservative break on the other side from P-Mob pays off with some early kills. That's the thing. If you're going to do a conservative breakout, go gun heavy, you have to get kills. Because if you do that conservative breakout and you don't get kills, you've just given up a lot of real estate. And that time it worked. P-Mob pays the price. They're going to go down 2-1 in this match. On the other side, you're going to see LA Collision taking on Nasty. 8 minutes left on the clock. I would not be shocked. I'm just making predictions here. I would not be shocked by this being a 6-minute point. I'm gonna make that prediction. This is a 6-minute point. Very slow.
You're going for the big point there.
Yeah. With I guess I'll add a caveat. Without some off the break luck, you know, or skill, with a couple kills.
Well, it's effectively a clean slate. Just under 8 minutes left to play. Yeah. So yep, I agree with you, Matt. Let's see what happens. Nasty on the right.
All right, Collision a bit more aggressive. They take the snake on the breakout and they get away with it.
Yeah, I like it. Snake 2, gets a little bit of love. Cross field. Quick reactions to get back in. You got to play super tight here in Snake 2 on this field layout.
Collision into D1.
Nasty had the gun domination there, and they were able to fill 2 spots.
Look at the snake player for Nasty. Yet again, cleaning out the hopper, having to take it apart. He's effectively offline. Nasty does take the wedge over on the Dorito side. Now they're going to take the wedge here on the Snake side. So good defensive situations for them.
You almost have to make a decision between low dive and wreck your paint, or go in, gun up.
I think if I'm a coach, I'm sending my snake players out with no paint in their hopper. You have to. It's just not working.
Which we saw with Wrecking Crew. That's what they started to do, and they won the match.
I think yesterday the WNXL teams were the first teams I saw doing that, going out with no paint in their hoppers.
Yep. I mean, if they're not running and gunning off the break, why not? Just get in alive, get into the bunker you need to be, then reload.
So, you know, sure, it's going to take you 5 seconds to fill your hopper once you dive in with an empty hopper, but it's not going to take you a full minute to stop and take your hopper apart and clean. Even with a hopper clean, it's not really clean. You still have paint in the feed neck. You still have paint slushing around inside there.
Absolutely, Matt. And it's a game of edges. It's all about timing. You can see Nasty having issues with their paint. It must be so brittle as the snake corner is just swabbing his barrel. You need to have a straight shot from that position.
All right, Nasty now up to the brick on the snake side in the middle. We're going to see a little bit of a counter move by Collision, taking the wedge on the snake side.
And he ducks and dives out of the 50 and goes into the wing, matching Collisions and Nasty and Collision.
Yeah, nice sneaky movement by that Nasty player. He's going to keep repositioning, keep them guessing. So now they've got the Collision snake player locked onto that brick, but the brick's already empty.
So both teams are mirrored here, snake side, with the snake corner, snake 2, and the bait wedge on the inside of snake. Nasty now crawling into the 50 complex from the D side as the snake corner fills the Aztec. They still have the Aztec on the D side. So no one on the back line for Nasty.
So interesting decision by the Nasty corner player. He abandons the corner, which can help give you a little bit of snake control. Instead, he goes into the mini temple, and then he looks Dorito side, then he goes back to the snake side. Frankly, if he's going to work snake side, he probably would have been better off staying in that snake corner.
We've just seen him swabbing his barrel though, Matt, so I wonder whether the decision making is because he can't get the shots on.
You know, another thing, if I'm a coach of these teams, I'm going to demand that all my players bore size up, ridiculously bore size up. Go way oversized on your barrel kit.
I mean, we don't know. We're making predictions up here why they make the decisions, but it's a strange decision to come inside. He's decided to, it might be because he wants to get over to the D side.
And look at this. We have another gun surgery going on by the Collision player in Snake 2. He's having to disassemble and clean. This is not wildly averse weather conditions. So it really comes down to these teams demanding very, very fragile paint because they want to never, ever bounce an opponent. But they're paying the price for that request this weekend.
So a snapshot attempt there from Nasty Snake.
Yeah, Geraldo for Nasty is just going to have to win a gunfight with this wedge. This wedge's only job is to stop him. He's going to need to get gun dominance or a quick snap win.
So the Aztec Snakes now bump to the can, now into the home, playing really low, not shooting at all. So it's definitely got issues with his marker. So Nasty home player, not shooting, up on his toes, having a look around though, as they fill D1.
All right, for Collision, we have Snake corner, we have Snake inside wedge, we've got Snake 2, and we've got that standing brick on the back line, Dorito side.
And for Nasty, we have the 50 D side, Snake 2, the small Aztec D side and D1.
I think number 42 here for Nasty. He's starting to probe in the middle. I think he's thinking about making a run through. He's thinking about it.
This is a 4-on-4.
He catches him in the back. He doesn't even need to waste his body with a run through.
So a nice sneaky move there.
Brilliant. That's a huge kill for Nasty.
So both the Nasty players on the inside, you can see the 50, posted outwards, the Snake and Dorito. They have the upper hand on body count as we just go below 3 minutes left of playing time. It's one apiece here. I think if Collision lose another player in the next few seconds, it's going to be, it's going to be conceded.
With how slow this field is running, I think you're absolutely right. You can't rely on 1 minute wins.
And Nasty are not moving from the bunkers.
No.
They're very comfortable in their bunkers. They're in D2, the 2 center 50s, and Snake 2, and the Aztec D side. I think the Aztec D side player doesn't have a marker. So we have 5 players, forgive me, for Nasty, but 1 gun down.
I suspect we're also reaching the point in the game where paint is starting to become an issue for some of these players. I think I saw 1 pod on the Collision player that just dropped back into the mini Dorito.
Yeah, the Collision player has now spread the field.
The snake players have a bit more paint, but largely that's because they've been gunned down for so much at this point.
It's a great move from that collision player, because now they can lock up if they need to, if they lose the snake player. Because they both have both corners and snake too.
All right, we're now at 1:30. Honestly, now for the coaches, I don't think you can think about toweling.
No, this will go to overtime point unless a team makes an outstanding move in the next 1:20. This is going to overtime.
I would say the best route for some kind of game-breaking move is probably running highway down the snake, specifically for Geraldo.
Well, there's no one looking snake side at the moment for collision, so I just get on my toes and go. But that's the advantage of sitting up here, Matt, and looking down on the...
It's so much easier to like come up with brilliant suggestions because you can see everything. However, Nasty's going to lose a player trying to push up that Dorito side. Geraldo has moved up
so
to
this
their
snake player on your screen, Nasty.
There's going to be a run through.
Here we go. Good move. That's what you suggested, Matt. There was a trade.
It's a trade. It wasn't Geraldo doing it, but and Geraldo's going to pick up that wedge. No, that wedge is definitely hit there. That snake one wedge is, yeah.
And there's just one player left remaining in the corner.
Okay, collision's going to towel. I can see. Yeah, I saw the coach making the pounding sign. He wanted the buzzer pressed, so they're going to towel out of it.
So it goes to Nasty's favor, 2-1, with only 32 seconds left in the playing clock. So we're going to see a big attacking point.
Well,
with them.
I predicted a slow 6-minute point. I was wrong. That was a 7.5-minute point.
Now we're still slow though, Matt. So I agree.
All right. Hey, thank you to BlastLegacy.com for sponsoring this. I'm a big fan of this. Blast Legacy specializing in old Bob Long parts, stuff that you can't find anywhere else. So go check them out if you're trying to get your Intimidator resurrected from the grave. All right, P-Mob rolling back on. I'm seeing Rosati, Sam Lana, Matt Kobashian's out there. So they're kind of rolling out with mostly the same line each point, which I don't blame them.
And a hell of a lot of paint with just short of 11 minutes playing time. Will we see another long point here? We could do if preferred. If Jungle Cats lose players. Predictions are out the window right here now. Semi-pro last 8 on the Premier Field at World Cup.
Yeah, it comes down to breakout. If neither team gets 1 or 2 kills off the breakout, these games inevitably settle into a very long, slow, conservative attack style.
So if you're just tuning in here now to MajorLeaguePaintball.com, Sunday Club already through on the Premier Field is Shock for Semi-Pro and Wrecking Crew, New York Wrecking Crew. Congratulations to them into the quarterfinals.
If you're just joining us, why are you just joining us? Why have you not been here from 7? I had to get up early for this. What are you doing on a Sunday morning? You're a paintball player, so I know you're not going to church. you're probably at your local field.
Or they're here. There's a lot of players.
Or they're here.
Everyone's at World Cup. So just paused the clock just for a ref check, and now we're back to the 10 seconds. Start gate cam, preferred mob on your left. I think there was a full start there.
Yeah,
they're going to start again. That was a full start. So there was a tech issue there from the 10-man field next to us. So the 10-man field had a tech issue, which then confused the Jungle Cats players off the start gate, which gave an unfair advantage. So the head ref has decided to let's start again.
Mikhail, who is our ultimate ref, has a new buzzer. They may have actually started the match, not realizing the refs were asking for the match to hold up for a second. They're replacing the buzzer on the right side of the field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It could have been either or.
So these buzzers are remote. Well, they're remote in terms of their communication. They're wireless, and they're also extremely sensitive. So I've been in a lot of tournaments where they've had problems with these buzzers.
So what you didn't see on the screen now was the head ref here on this side, Mikhail. So there's 14 refs on this field, okay? You have 12 on the field of play. You have the head ref in the tower, and you have the head ref on the other side of the netting. That head ref has just passed under the net to another ref, a new starter buzzer for the Jungle Cats this side. So that's just been replaced.
Yeah.
And they will start again.
So in the old days, we would have these buzzers mounted on this like metal contraption just behind the start box, but that proved to be kind of dangerous because with those last second pushes with the player sprinting in to hit the buzzer, if they lost their feet, which they often did, they would go tangling with a small metal structure. And so we switched to Velcroing these buttons, these wireless buttons on the back of the starting boxes, but they suffer a lot of abuse. They're very sensitive. So we had to restart and replace a faulty button.
So a small tech issue here on the Premier Field as we start again.
All right, but you know what just happened? Both teams had a glance at the other team's breakout.
Absolutely. Here we go. So both conservative breakouts with pre-mob.
5 alive, both teams.
Doubled up the home.
P-mob now into D1, but so are the Jungle Cats.
The P-mob make it to D1 alive as the ref goes in to check.
Ooh, P-mob into the snake. I saw some spray. I think he might have taken a pack hit.
The D1 player is clean. The snake player is not.
Yeah, there it is.
They lose a player. And, oh, there's a penalty going down on Jungle Cat's side. The small ice tech, the snake player, gets a hit on his pack, just on his front of his groin.
It's there.
He's missed it, and then it forced the penalty and the flag thrown. So it's now 3 players left for Jungle Cats.
Yeah, Jungle Cats player is like, what? He just didn't feel it. I think it hit his pack belt, and he did not feel it. So correct call by the refs.
So it's hit his pack belt, and then he's dived into the bunker.
So 4-on-3 advantage here for P-mob. They are up at that wedge over on the Dorito side. The rest of their players are in the back line. 3 players left alive for Jungle Cats. Jungle Cats have a 1-point advantage, lots of time on the clock, so P-mob doesn't have to do anything rash.
Jungle Cats have D2, the juice box and the home. They have no snake threat.
Neither team in the snake at the moment. P-mob does have a snake corner, which once he feels secure, because that is a bit of a run, but once he feels secure, I can expect to see him run and dive.
There's a good
No, it's going to come from the home, actually.
Wow, that was a risky move. He went in really high because the home here for Jungle Cats had a lane in on snake corner.
That is great player versatility when you can have home players turn into snake players on a whim.
It's called the quarterback. And play any position. Oh, there you go. Jungle Cats lose their D player. So they only have 2 players left remaining. They're crossed up in the home and the juice box.
This is all going P-mob's way now. P-mob now crossing the 50 on the snake side. They are in the brick on the Dorito side. And he's motioning. He believes he got a kill. He did. That's the mini Dorito going to take a walk here for Jungle Cats. It's all falling apart. Unfortunate for Jungle Cats' last player. He's going to suffer the coach wanting to kill clock. Coach is not going to give him an easy way out. He's going to get blown up. That's it. P-mob going to tie this up 2-2.
Yeah, 4-on-1 there, and you're correct, Matt. The coach left him out there.
He left him to die.
Away at the time.
This is not the Marines. We leave men behind. All right. All is not lost for Jungle Cats. It only means tied 2-2, and there's 8 minutes on the clock. That's a big pressure win for P-mob.
So that was effectively 3 minutes play, and the home there for Jungle Cat shot 7 pods and his loader.
P-mob does not have a pod runner. They're using players like Briggs and Brodell to do their pod running. They need to get a slush fund and just hire a kid off the sidelines.
So here comes Nasty.
All right. Collision's going to be on your right, Nasty on your left. Nasty up by 1 point with 32 seconds on the clock. This is going to go crazy. You cannot see a Collision player go to either the ground or their knees. There's no time for that. They have to be constantly, at worst, crouching or at best, running. 32 seconds.
So 10 seconds on the clock. I think Nasty are going to attack as well, because sometimes the best defense is offense.
Yeah, a disruptive attack.
Here we go.
Oh, false start by the Nasty home player. He retags without shooting his gun. He's fine. Here we go.
So a running and gunning train down the Dorito side and the snake. The Dorito side's been taken out.
Oh, I think we're going to see a penalty.
We're going to see a penalty on Nasty.
So down to 3 bodies on Nasty. We're down to 15 seconds. They're going to launch here for Collision down the snake side.
No one's looking snake side.
Just the home, just the home.
Okay.
Are there any? Oh, there's going to be a major game stoppage.
Whoa. There's a red flag's been thrown by the center ref.
I think it's going to be on Collision.
Yeah, he's pointing Collision's direction.
No, No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We don't know.
The players were all mixed together there at the end. Although Nasty is high-fiving as if they accomplished that. Collision are the ones looking dejected.
So it's no point, but 4 seconds left on the clock, and Nasty think, yeah, they may have it.
This is the most amazing thing about this whole sequence of events is the coach for Collision took that very well. There's no argument. He's not trying to yell about it.
On Collision.
All right. Collision is arguing that there was no hits on their player. The problem with that is that once a player has reached the pit, you can no longer trust that there wasn't a hit at some point on. I'm not accusing them of doing that, but just understand for the refs cannot accept this as evidence well after the point.
So the head ref on the tower was just explaining to us in the box that the front snake player for Collision had a hit on him and carried on running, which is a major move, hence the red flag. So the point automatically goes to Nasty.
Okay, we still have business to attend to. 6 seconds left, 8 minutes on the clock. Jungle Cats P-Mob. While the refs and the coaches discuss this, I don't think there's going to be a change to that status.
We'll come back to it after this point.
Great shooting by P-Mob. Take out the snake runner, gogged him on the run. I think we are 5 alive for P-Mob.
Yeah, we do doubled up the home. They're in Dorito too.
Jungle Cats go up the middle to this can. This can should not be a long-term solution. He's got to get out of there.
He's gone to the can before, so he's obviously part of a launch. And he can see a shot there. I quite like it, but like you said, Matt, you can't stay alive long in that can.
No. Especially if the Dorito side starts pushing up. There he goes. He's going to bounce out of that to the small wedge.
Yeah. And P-Mob stay doubled up in the home.
Oh, hopper hit. Yep, there it is.
Oh, great shot there from the small Aztec snake side from P-Mob.
P-Mob wheeling and dealing. Another player walking off the backhand. It's falling apart for Jungle Cats. There it is. There's the towel. Jungle Cats are going to towel out of that one.
It goes to P-Mob 3-2.
Now, we might be going on a little bit of a technical timeout because I think the judges are going to at least take Collision's protest seriously enough to take another look. You cannot, okay, I'm just going to go back to what I was saying earlier. If your player comes to the pits and the hit's not, and you tell the refs, look, there's no hit, you called him out on a hit, the refs cannot use that as evidence because once they've effectively left your custody as a ref, they've left the field, there could have been a hit and it could have gotten wiped off. So as a ref, you can't trust post-game evidence of no hit. So I think what the refs might be doing is they're probably going to be taking a look at our webcast of all things and seeing if they can see any evidence.
Yes, they are. They're breaking it down on that final move with the snake train that we saw. So the front snake player has been claimed by the ref to have a shot on his belt. It might have been the shot from the previous point, but we don't know. They're going to have a look at it now.
It's possible.
He's come back into the pits. Their head coach has claimed there's no hit on him. But what happened on the field of play is the ref threw the red flag in the air and gave a major. If that's the case, then the game goes to Nasty. But they just want to relook at it.
I'm going to throw out 2 more possibilities, one of them realistic, the other one a bit more exotic. One possibility is the ref saw something break off a bunker, and the player was under so much pressure that he just assumed, his eyeballs tricked him and he thought it broke off the player and he calls him hit. That's possibility 1. Possibility number 2, which is more exotic, but is in the rules. If a player sees a ball strike a player and break open, even if almost every single bit of that paint sprays off into the ether, it is still a kill. So if a ref sees a ball connect with a player and the ball, it's in the rule book, go look it up. If the ball breaks on the player, even if it doesn't leave much of any or even any paint, that ref can still call the player as hit.
And the head coach for Collision seriously upset. And it's R-rated here, so beep, beep, beep. Very upset.
Yeah, Collision coach, I can understand with the stakes at line, him being upset. Some of his choice of language is not going to go well for him.
So they've just moved the coach out the pits. for now.
Yeah, they're doing themselves a favor getting him out of the situation. He's not doing them any favors right
And
now.
I don't blame him. Everyone puts so much hard work and money into this.
I don't blame him for being upset, but you do have a choice of how you conduct yourself. And I think he needs to calm down or remove himself.
And he has. So there's just a delay here, so the head refs can sort out what's happening in the pits.
All right, player's going to take a little bit of a knee in the shade. There's definitely going to be a delay while the staff. By the way, 99% of ref staff around the world, when they make a mistake, they simply say, no, we didn't, and they just tell you to go away. They don't review anything. This ref staff is good enough and they care enough. They will actually go back, and they quite often will say, we made a mistake, and here's the best thing we can do to fix it.
So they're just coming back to the producers here to have a look at the replay, which is great. Because we have the live broadcast and it's recorded, they have that opportunity. It's very rare that they choose to do it. It's almost like in football back in the UK with VR. So just doing a bit of a VR check. And that's what's delaying the play for P-Mob and Jungle Cats. They have 7 minutes 20 left on the clock. It's not ideal for them to be hanging around, but they have to.
If you would like to reconstruct where the refs screwed you over, you can use a PB Minimap and recreate the scene of the crime. No, just kidding. So pbminimaps.com, one of our sponsors, they do have a promo code NXL Premier where you can save $10. And it is a fully magnetized map so that you can get these layouts on a Wednesday, which is NXL tradition, and have a 3D look at it for your team.
And talking about refs, now you've got some ref clinics as well. It's well worth using it for refs. So, as I said before, there's 12 refs on this field. There's 10 players, so you have that extra. You usually have 2 in the center lying down on either side as well.
I'll give another shout out while we have time to ProTech Environmental and Demolition out of Grand Rapids. ProTech specializes not just in demolition, but also things like asbestos abatement, which is a big deal with older buildings here in the U.S. So thank you to ProTech. If you want to knock something down, give them a call.
So the head coach for collisions back in the pits. Calm down. And professional discussion now with the head ref and the replay point.
Yeah, as I said before, I'll repeat. Evidence of absence is not absence of evidence. Once the player has left the field, you just can't. It's not very useful to say, look, he's got no hits on him. It's just the refs cannot accept that as evidence. You know, you're a player. How often when you get hit and you're walking off the field and there's just casual, you unthinkingly wipe the hit off of you? And by the way, I'm not accusing Collision of doing that. I'm just saying my point is the refs cannot accept evidence after the game just on your word that the player doesn't have hit. So the refs do have the resource of looking back at the webcast. They're using it. They're rewinding, trying to see if there's any evidence.
I'm a player, and if the player with experience walks off the field, there's almost a certain side of guilt there. They have been shot. That's how I'd see it as a ref. But what you should do after seeing a red flag on such an important point like that is just stay on the field. Stay on the field. I would have stayed on the field, and he wasn't the only one that came off the field.
Yeah. Yeah, your best chance of having a chance of the refs of showing the ref that there wasn't a hit there. You're right. It would have been in the.
Stay in bounds. Stand on the side of the field. The flag. The game was over.
Yeah.
The red flag forced the clock to stop at 4 seconds.
And then politely, and I'm going to use the word politely, talk to the refs and say, "Hey, man, here's what I got." The refs. By the way, this is just human nature. If you approach somebody screaming that you screwed me over, shields immediately go up. You're unlikely to get most humans to go, "Oh, well, let me listen to you." So the more professional you are about how you handle it and approach the refs, the more willing they are to listen and actually consider whether or not there's been a mistake. But if you go confrontational off the bat, the refs, and this is just human nature, are just going to be like, dude, get away from me. I think a lot of coaches and players do themselves a disservice by going rage mode.
It's the old school mode.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your generation. I grew up in that generation.
It is. It's what I grew up in.
It's an entertaining sport, both on and off the field.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way. That's true.
I love it. I love it. There's a lot of aggression, adrenaline pumping. This means a lot to people.
All right, well, after this match, we're going to go over to some divisional action. You're going to see D3 semifinals. And then after that, you're going to watch some D2 semifinal action. It's going to determine who moves on to the final round. Then we're going to get some WNXL action. That WNXL bracket is a big, big deal. it's going to determine who's going to move on to play for first, second overall. The amazing thing about that to me is that the two #1 teams for the year, Femmes and Heroines, are matching up in what is not the final round. So one of the two favorites is not going to make it to the finals. And on the other side, you got Dallas Vibe versus Sirens. Sirens, again, a little bit of a long shot coming into this match, coming into this weekend. A great job by them getting into the playoffs like this. Dallas Vibe, a regular contributor to the playoffs, a little bit less surprising there.
So Dallas Vibe seeded 3rd. San Francisco seeded 9th going into this. So the Sirens are the underdogs. I'm looking forward to seeing them play against Vibe. Femmes Fatale seeded 1st, and the Heroines seeded 2nd. So Femmes Fatale were top of Group A, and the Sirens were also in Group A, so they've come out 2nd, hence why these matchups for the semi-finals are against each other. The final will be played on the pro field later this afternoon.
I'll make one prediction, and that's that the Heroines come out with new jerseys. They do it every single time.
Yes. We have a guest here from PMOB. He's going to chat to Matt. Maybe he'll give us an update on what's going down. So we got D3 and D3 semis after that. And so we're just going to see if we can get some good guests up here that know the players that are getting through to those rounds. We haven't got an update yet on who those D3 and D2 players teams are. So the video replay is still being discussed here with the head ref, and is also using the divisional media on the field, so for photographs on the field and videos on the field of play from our media guests and professionals, also assisting the head ref to make a decision. Collision coach and staff from the pits, folded arms, staring at the head ref, waiting for a decision. PMOB and Jungle Cats have to be as patient as they can, standing in the shadows here out in the field of play. And that's just to protect their paint from the sun.
Sorry, I just received some exciting news for me personally, and that is that the next match coming up on the divisional will be involving two local teams, extremely local teams for me. We're going to see AG Rebellion taking on AG Knights coming up soon. That is my home field. Those players not only know each other, they play against each other. There's been historically some player movement, so they'll have some players on both teams. That it is.
So some local knowledge here with Matt Falb.
On the other hand,
next bracket.
On the other hand, and you can attest this, how many times have you traveled halfway across the country or halfway across the world, and you find yourself playing the same local team that you just?
It happened here at World Cup last year on the 10-man. So I played 10-man with Mayhem Tigers back home in the UK. They're out here playing against the Russians. Now the Russians and the Mayhem Tigers back home are always playing against each other. We've come all the way halfway across the world, like you said, and they end up playing each other in the final.
You're like, why? We could have saved a lot of money if we just agreed to meet somewhere on a Saturday.
And and it was Russians that took that last year in the World Cup. So 10-man's being played today. It's actually next to the Premier field. So if you look on your screens in the background, you see the blue bunkers. That's the 10-man field with a massive X in the middle. It's so strange when you look at the start gate, when you see 10 players. The very small start gate built for 5-man. They just have to have their barrels pointing back over the line. And that's the difference. They don't have to touch the start gate on 10-man.
Yeah, again, on no other field would you get the ref staff seriously considering about going back and fixing a call like that. But the refs here are actually willing to do it, and that's these coaches should be extremely thankful for that.
Really good refs here on this field. I rate them. They have been playing. As a team on this weekend. They've been working really well together. We see it backstage, don't we, Matt? The refs and
yes,
they're a team in themselves. And if they've seen something and they think they've made a genuine mistake here, they're going to rectify it. We don't know what that is yet. We're yet to find out.
This ref staff has been working together for a long, long time. I've been doing this webcast thing on Semi-Pro for a few years now, and it's familiar faces. Every event, I get to see the same refs. I will shout out one ref is not here this weekend. That's Jason Hunter. Jason has traditionally been the head ref on this field. He had a little bit of visa problems trying to get over, and he's watching from home over in the UK.
Hey. My friend from across the pond. So JD is the head ref here.
And he's
from
doing an excellent
Colombia.
job. Clearly, Jason, you're done. Jason Hunter, your job has been taken. You'll never work again.
So what the refs have decided to do is take P-Mob and Jungle Cats off the field of play out of fairness, so they don't get too hot and warm out there. Because the sun is rising and it is getting warmer here in Florida. But the weather here in Florida has been untraditionally colder than recent years, which has actually made it better for paintball to play. One of the aspects of World Cup is learning how to play in tropical environment, especially for all the teams that have come to World Cup that come from colder areas of the world.
Yeah, I don't, I describe Florida as tropical, but right now the Florida residents are saying it's freezing out because it's only 50 degrees or something like that.
And for the two of us, this is our summer.
Yeah, I'm a New Hampshireite, so I'm not hip deep in snow right now. This is blissful.
And I'm London, so God knows what the weather will be from day to day. So we're used to all
you get it
conditions.
all. Okay, I'll fire back with a little bit of New Hampshire pride. New Hampshire also has Mount Washington, and Mount Washington in the middle of summer will still have snow up on top of it. So down at sea level, just a few miles away, you're in 80, 90 degrees heat, and just a few miles away, there's still snow going on. Also, one of the highest recorded wind speeds in the world, Mount Washington. Sorry, just give you a little local knowledge.
So, if we have the schedule back up, if you just joined in, we're just having a break because of the previous point here on the semi-pro field. There's some controversy over what happened in that final point. And I believe the delay is to make a decision from the ref as to whether they're going to replay it.
So I got Bella.
And if we can just have the schedule up from the team and we can go through what's happening for the rest of the day here at the Premier Field once this controversy is decided by the refs. Just waiting for the graphic.
Okay, then let me get a hold of Kyle and make sure.
Okay, no graphic for you back home. Bear with me. So we're going to get some graphics up. Here we go. It's brought to you by Comp Sports. Thank you, crew from Comp Sports. So this morning we've already had Wildslide Distortion versus Shock. Shock won and now through to the quarterfinals. Congratulations to them. And New Jersey Jesters versus New York Wrecking Crew. Battle of the Northeast Coast here in the States, and New York Wrecking Crew. Congratulations to them, they made it through. We currently have Collision versus Nasty and Jungle Cats and Preferred Mob here on this bracket. Collision are the team right now asking for the ref to review the final point that meant everything, because the decisions made by the ref at that point left 4 seconds left on the clock with a major penalty in Nasty's favor. So that in that case, if it stands, Nasty win the match and go through to the quarterfinals. However, LA Collision are contesting that, and the refs here on the semi-pro field are looking at video reviews of both here, the webcast live, which is recorded, and media that's left on the field. So they're just, we're still waiting for a decision here from the head ref. The other match, which we're just waiting to restart here, is Jungle Cats versus Preferred Mob. Jungle Cats, previously BR Factory, and currently seeded top of the series for the semi-pro here for NXL. If they are to get through to at least the semi-finals, they could probably see the series win. However, Preferred Mob's currently in the lead, winning 3-2 with 7 minutes 22 left on the clock.
Yeah, huge games here, not just for the outcome of this weekend, but for the outcome. It literally has an effect not just on who wins the tournament. It has an effect on who wins for the year, and it has an effect on who's playing pro next season.
So we're going to go to a short commercial so we can find out what's happening with the head refs. And so stay with us, stick with us, and we'll get an update for you, and we will resume this bracket as soon as possible. See you soon.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. There's been a little bit of controversy, which there generally is during playoffs, so this is nothing new. Collision upset with a call, not enough video evidence to overturn it. So the call is going to stand, a major penalty thrown at the end of that last point.
So Mike Henman was the head coach there for Collision, clearly upset, but the head refs here did review the footage and the call stands. Nasty are through. Congratulations to Nasty.
All right, P-Mob on your left. They got a 1-point lead. Still a lot of clock to kill. That's all. That's just too much for P-Mob. You really regret that much time being on the clock.
Yeah, massive delay for them.
All right, here we go.
Jungle Cats on your screen.
This would be a big upset if P-Mob can pull this off.
Absolutely. It's going to put the series in question.
All right, 5 alive for P-Mob. Doubled up at home. They are into D1. Snake insert.
Yeah, conservative breakout for both teams. This point means too much to even have a runner. And the snake threat both remain in the Aztec snake.
So both teams pretty much mirrored up in their situation.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Jungle Cat's a little bit more spread across the back line. We still have a double up at home for P-Mob. I'd love to see them get out of there.
P-Mob also have D2. Jungle Cats have D1 on the D side of the field. No one in the snake. There's no snake threat or 50 threat currently.
I always look for kind of itchy feet to tell you whether or not a player's about to make a move. I don't see anybody from P-Mob getting ready to try anything risky. It should be likely Matt Kobashian moving
Jungle
out
Cats
to
just
that brick.
launch.
There it is.
So they're launched from the juice box into the Dorito wing. It's the large wedge D side. And it's just heads up play for him. It's not posted either side. Decides to post D side to try and eliminate D2 for P-Mob.
Again, for P-Mob, that home is going to get real small fast. I'd like to see them split out from it. I think Kobashi's thinking about making a move. There he goes. He's going to get out to that standing brick. We have Sammy Lana here in the snake insert. Is not showing a lot of intention to move into the snake itself. However, Jungle Cat's first team to get into the snake. They're now at S2.
So Jungle Cat Snake 2 is trying to put a lane in on D2 crossfield on P-Mob, but remaining tight at the same time, communicating to his back line.
All right, we're at 5.5 minutes. For P-Mob, really, it's just about winning the point. And here we go, Sammy Lana now into the snake for P-Mob. They're mirrored up. They're gonna.
As Jungle Cats push to the 50, D side.
Sammy Lana gonna drop.
Shooting over the top.
Moving up to S3.
If you're tall enough to do so, why not stand over the large brick in the center?
Now move out to snake corner by Jungle Cats.
Good move, because he lost sight of the snake player. Here we go. It's a nice shooting there from P-Mob. Snake player gets the snapshot on Jungle Cats.
That's Sammy Lana.
Oh, almost taken by the snake corner. Good reactions to pop back in. So the bounce shot trying to come in now from the home and snake corner. Snake corner crosses infield. They've made the center player aware.
Oh, there's a lean back shot from that brick.
Shot.
It takes Sammy. He's going to take a walk. Snake now cleared out. Both teams in the snake corner.
Great teamwork and communication there from Jungle Cats. Just let the 50 brick know where he was, and he just stepped back into the open to get the shot in. So P-Mob have the snake corner, the can, and the juice box. They also have D2, so 4 players. And Jungle Cats have just launched from snake corner into the snake.
P-Mob getting a
And
check.
they've lost their D side. So Jungle Cats only have 3 players. It's 4-on-3 in P-Mob's favor. Just under 4 minutes left of gameplay, and it's all in P-Mob's favor.
Yeah, they're 3-2 on the scoreboard, too. Still a lot of clock to just kill. I think if you're P-Mob, you still have to be thinking about how do we win this, not just how do we not lose it.
The Jungle Cats has just filled the snake corner to support the snake as P-Mob fills snake 1. And he gets clipped again by the center player, doing all the work here for Jungle Cats over the top.
Jungle Cats take advantage of that moment. They're going to move across the snake 50 into their snake. P-Mob snake 3. Attempt to fill to the snake corner. Does it work? Yes, he's going to get in there live.
Wow, I don't know how he got in there alive. Both snake corner and the snake tried to shoot him out as he bumped over from the can. That's number 2 for Preferred Mob in alive on Snake Corner, shooting inside as the 50 brick is now out.
Who at that moment was convinced that he had just shot the Dorito. Instead, the tables turned. He's the one taking the walk.
Wow. He looks confused coming off, but he did get a 2-pack. He's done his job.
Yeah, he's done a lot of damage. So Stevens here across the 50 for Jungle Cats. He's going to be the tip of the spear. He's got to make it work. We're now at 2.5 minutes. P-Mob now can start thinking about, yeah, maybe we can just dig in our heels and kill the clock here. It's a risky strategy because these teams are so good at attacking each other, but they could go that way. All right, Stevens go. Oh, hit in the back. Nice shot from the D side of P-Mob's going to pick up the Jungle Cats Dorito player. Jungle Cats are going to towel it out, try to save a little bit of clock.
Wow, that turned around really quickly for P-Mob. Well played, P-Mob.
So once again, BR Factory, Jungle Cats, definitely the team favored. They've taken first, second throughout the year. They've had a great year in our first overall. P-Mob has been a little bit more erratic in their standings. They've had great events, including winning one, and then the next event taking a big step back, so it's been a little bit all over the map. But right now, they're taking it to Jungle Cats.
So we're going to X-Ball now, as the other match has now over. So congratulations from the previous bracket, that's Shock and Wrecking Crew, and now Nasty through to the quarterfinals here on the Premier Field. We're yet to see the outcome of P-Mob and Jungle Cats. If P-Mob knock out Jungle Cats, that will be an upset. Jungle Cats, AKR, BR Factory, top of the season rankings so far coming into World Cup. So it looks like a timeout's been called by P-Mob, which is quite clever, I think, at this stage, which is reset the clock for 2 minutes. So those that are just tuning in right now, we're now X-Ball, and X-Ball is the old-fashioned way of speedball for the now NXL, where we used to have 2-minute breaks in the pits between points. Now we have 4 teams bracket, and that break is the gameplay plus 1 minute. When the other match is finished, it goes to 2 minutes, which is the old-fashioned X-Ball. So here we go. One of our sponsors here for Webcast that keeps it free for you on MajorLeaguePaintball.com. Strongly Rooted life coaching. If you just use the QR code there, bottom left, or call or email the team, bottom right, ready to be your best. Thank you so much for supporting the Webcast.
These sponsors make this webcast happen. You watching can help make the sponsors make this webcast happen by going and checking them out. They support making this free for you to watch, so if you can, check them out if they have something they can help you with.
And if you haven't done already, please subscribe to the MajorLeaguePaintball.com. If you want to watch the Pro Field, go to Major League Paintball MLPB.com plus, or plus.com.
Many ways you can help this production happen, including just putting $10 in an envelope, sending it directly to our account. We'll be happy with that.
See where you're going. We should just have a tip box, Matt,
yes,
for the crew.
Yes.
Just for the crew here.
Well, and put it in the player area so the players can start demanding positive reinforcement.
So we have a live webcast on both the Pro Field here at World Cup and the Semi-Pro Field and WNXL here. We're going to have the WNXL matchup today. It's coming up in 2 brackets time. Big showdown between Dallas Vibe and the Sirens. And also in that bracket, fans' favorites, Femmes Fatale versus the Heroines.
All right, 2 minutes, 13 seconds on the clock. Jungle Cats down by 2. This, again, they cannot afford a slow point whatsoever. P-Mob, not a conservative breakout. They take the D2 and the Snake. I'd love to see those players now cross it up and go in defensive mode.
All 5 players on both sides make it out alive. That's really important.
Yes.
2 minutes left to play. Not what Jungle Cats wanted.
For the Jungle Cats coach, I don't think he can towel out anymore. He might as well put that in his pocket. Jungle Cats aggressively up to the S3 now. He's going to look cross. There is a D3 on top of him, though. So he's going to difficult fight out of there. Every second that ticks off the clock is in favor of P-Mob.
P-Mob double up the can, and they've just lost their juice box, so that now works in Jungle Cat's favor.
And I see the squeegees coming out for the Dorito side. That's going to free up the Jungle Cat Snake player to get his gun into action. Again, fragile paint, a story.
Oh, and Jungle Cats take one to the dome in the Snake corner. It's now 4 apiece.
So the P-Mob player had to squeegee. That let him go gun down, and that gave gun dominance to Jungle Cat. He took advantage of it.
And he's now down, so it's now 4 on 3 in Jungle Cat's favor.
We're approaching 1 minute.
We lose another Jungle Cats player. That's 3-on-3. There's just under 60 seconds left to play. So we got the snake battle here. Now he's going to go. He gets taken out.
Yeah, goes right into a gun for P-Mob. Another back gun trying to bring it in. Jungle Cat's going to successfully wipe out that snake.
Nice.
He's going to come over the top. He's running out of time, not only for this point, but to try to get another point.
Really instinctive move here from Jungle Cats, number 7. Wow.
Okay, 30
MVP
seconds.
for Jungle Cats right now, if he's clean on the buzzer.
Oh, he knocked the buzzer well clear of the bunker. That's aggressive bunker hitting you saw on our camera.
With just under 30 seconds left to play, he gets the point.
All right, I'm going to moderate that victory a little bit by saying too much clock bled off. So now 29 seconds left on the clock. That's a lot to ask for Jungle Cats. Jungle Cats need not only to get some kills on the breakout, they need to hope for a penalty and then super quick attacking. This is a tough situation. Jungle Cats, obviously an excellent team. #1 team overall for the year in semi-pro.
We're just going to look at the standings now as we're on X-Ball. Let's have a look here on the semi-pro. So currently Jungle Cats at the top. They won the Midwest Open event, came second in Lone Star.
Second place belongs to LA Collision. However, we just saw LA Collision's weekend end here, or certainly their March to 1st ended here. They'll see a consolation game. And then after that, you got Wildside Distortion, who I believe did move on in their matchup against the Jesters earlier in the day. My memory serving correctly on that one?
I think they got knocked out by Shock, but
I'm
going to have to get I'm going to have to get that
okay.
confirmed. But it was Shock and Wrecking Crew and Nasty that have gone through.
Yeah.
So Nasty in 10th position, Wrecking Crew in 8th position, and it looks like Shock's in 6th. So if PB Mob knock out Jungle Cats, then
Huge.
that's the 2 top teams and Distortion. Top 3 teams out in World Cup here at Semi-Pro.
Huge shake-up.
That's a huge shake-up, yeah. So the first event of the year, Tampa Bay Open on Semi-Pro, was won by TPP Crew.
And then a tough follow-up to that with 14th, and then a 6th, then a 9th.
Yeah, the Atlantic City Open was won by P-Mob. So P-Mob, feeling how they felt earlier on in the year at Atlantic City.
Yeah, major shake-up in the playoffs here with some of the top teams bowing out. BR Factory's not bowed out yet, but they're in a tough situation here.
The Midwest Open was taken by BR Factory, and aka Jungle Cats, and the Lone Star Open, which is the penultimate tournament before World Cup, was taken by Collision, as Matt has just rightly said, just got knocked out by controversial claim at the end there by Mike Hemman, the coach. However, the call stands and Nasty win the match and go through.
NXL Semi-Pro, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. We're going to get a copyright strike. I know that's what we're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like that film, though.
All right. 30 seconds on the clock, both on the break time and the actual game time. 29 seconds. Again for Jungle Cats. Jungle Cats, here's what I'm going to do. Go gun heavy, hope for an early kill, and really, really hope for a penalty on P-Mob, and then immediately go into attack mode. And I mean flying attack mode. That's your best game plan.
Yeah, we've got the start gate here for Jungle Cats. I believe they'll have all guns up, all 5 guns, and they'll just run. Actually,
with
4 guns up.
A late breakout by the Dorito player for P-Mob. He gets away with it, though.
And they've gone D-side attack. They've lost their D-side front player already.
No kills, though, for Jungle Cats. That's
None
a shame
whatsoever.
for them.
That is a real shame. As it goes to coming up to 10 seconds.
Oh, we're going to lose a player over here on the snake. That's Tyner
3
for
players.
Jungle Cats.
It's 2 players left remaining.
Oh, and now there's a minor on the Jungle Cats. That's a disaster.
That's
I think
it.
that's going to leave them 1 player in the middle against 5. Yeah, and they're out of time.
That's it. The victory goes to Preferred Mob. So P-Mob get the victory over Jungle Cats, the series leaders, and knock them out here at World Cup in the semi-pro last 8.
P-Mob, local team, done good for themselves. Congratulations. A
Congratulations,
wild
P-Mob.
finish here for Jungle Cats. Not the expectation. Not all hope is lost. I think the Jungle Cats still very, very likely will be your pro team next year.
The other games are still playing on the other fields in regards to semi-pro, but here, the semi-pro last 8, the 4 that we know that have gone through to the quarterfinals are Shock, New York Wrecking Crew, Nasty, and now P-Mob. Congratulations to all 4.
All right, we are going to go to a break. When we come back, you're going to watch some D2 action, including some of my local teams, AG Knights and AG Rebellion. Very excited for that. Thanks for being with us on a Sunday morning. We'll be right back.
This is Matt Farm, Shelley Farmer. See you soon.